Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Manifested Living. So, it has officially been 1 month since I've decided to calibrate to my higher self and go on this journey and document it. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I found in this last month, the triumphs, the trials, the tribulations, all of it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first triumph is I feel as if I procrastinate less. And to elaborate on that, sometimes if I have a small task and I know it's not going to take a lot of time, one of the things I'll do is say, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. And then it becomes a bigger task that never gets done. So instead of saying I'll do it later, I'm just like, you know what, it really doesn't take that long. Let me just go ahead and do it now. That's one really major thing, and I find that I don't actually want to procrastinate as much. Now, a lot of that might just be because I make meditation a part of my day, so I'm a lot clearer and task oriented. As this is a journey about bettering myself, so it's just smaller things that I'm finding that I want to do a lot more, and that one of those things is not procrastinate. The second thing is I feel as if when I bounce out of habits, I bounce back quicker. So, for example, if there's a day that I don't want to work out or, be active or anything like that, back in the day, we'll say a few months ago, it was very easy for me not to do it for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. But now I bounce back a lot quicker and I can say, you know what? No, I want to go to the gym. I want to be active. I'm actually going to be doing a whole nother video after this that shows you what I've been doing during quarantine, as I am someone who does go to the gym, and my gym is closed because of everything that's going on with the pandemic. So you'll see another video after that on the things that I've been doing to stay active. And I've decided, since we're in this, essentially a nation global lockdown and, stuff like that, I've just decided that one of the things that I want to focus on, because the only thing that I can really focus on is my weight and making better choices and better decisions and becoming healthier and happier and stuff like that. So I have gotten, my focus lately has been a lot more weight related and just, living a healthier, better life. So that's what's been going on as far as triumphs in this 1 month. I am so excited to see what sort of progress and stuff I make in the next 2-3 months. To be honest, it's only up from here, so that's exciting. The challenges, I'm sorry, I wrote everything down as I've mentioned. I have my higher self journal. The challenges that I found, it's hard to focus on things when they don't go as planned. For example, if I've planned out my whole day the day before and then one thing throws it off, it's really hard to focus on getting that back, if that makes sense. So sometimes it's like, yeah, you have to deviate from the plan, but it's just harder to focus when you feel like things aren't going as planned. Another challenge that I found is, especially with what's going on, it's very relevant, is replacing the content that you are trying to absorb. They say that our mind is like 80% of what we watch and see and hear and stuff like that. So, because I'm trying not to listen to what's going on around me as far as, with the what, because you can't say it on YouTube, with the pandemic and just that the media, I don't watch the news, I don't even read articles and stuff. So usually it's word of mouth what I'm hearing, but everywhere you see it. You go on Facebook, you see it. You even go on YouTube, you see it. So it's like one of the challenges now is because I'm trying to stay at a higher vibration all the time, it's just harder to essentially replace watching the news or watching, articles or reading articles or whatever. I'm replacing that with other videos that aren't necessarily the best things to watch, So, I think the only thing that's really going to help me is if I do a social media cleanse and not go on social media at all. But since we're on lockdown, it's kind of like a cycle. It's hard, because it's like, well, I don't want to be bored out of my mind. And then you might say, oh my gosh, there's so many other things that you can do. Well, what is there to do when you can't go anywhere? So that's a challenge too. And I just wanted to touch base on I have it written down here, but on why it's so important to meditate and reflect and go within and reflect on what you want, your purposes and your goals and all that stuff. Because I know that for a lot of people, being stuck inside the house and this collective negative energy that's kind of going around is sometimes it can get to be a lot, and it can get to be overwhelming as far as like you can literally feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And for me, the one thing that I've found has helped me so much is meditation. So if I'm especially if I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, which is really hard not to feel in this time, people are anxious because anxiety has a direct correlation with what's going to happen in the future, and no one ever knows what's going to happen in the future, which is why it is so important to live in the present. So it is very much if I'm feeling anxious or if I'm feeling even depressed or stagnant with the energy, I just try and meditate. Bring it back to the present. Gratitude, anything that's going to lift my vibration a little higher. But I do want to say that it is important to feel these feelings, the negative feelings. It's very important. If you truly want to manifest a great life, it's important to feel the negative feelings, work through the negative feelings, and then turn those negative feelings into positive feelings. Because if you push them under the rug, they're essentially just going to keep going under the rug, and it's like tick, tick, boom. It really is a bomb. So, always deal with any negative emotion that comes your way so you can flip that, turn it into a positive emotion, and continue and always try and stay in a constant state of love or gratitude. Which brings me to my next point, that I did watch a video the other day on the 5 quantum tools to essentially manifest a great life. And, they're simplified. They're all things that I'm trying to do now, but I wrote them down so I can remind myself daily, am I doing these things on a daily basis? And if I'm not, then I need to be doing those things on a daily basis. So that's my 1 month update for you guys. So if you want to, you can definitely contact me about that video. I would love to share it with you. I think it's a really good video to watch. I've shared it with my mother and she was like, wow, that was fantastic. So, as I believe that my goal in life is to, help everybody live the best version of themselves and live the best possible life. We only get one life, so why don't we live it to our fullest potential? Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, as it helps the channel and helps spread the message that I'm trying to share with you all. Light and love.